From an undisclosed location, for reasons of security and insecurity, we present to you tonight MnRTV Live Show. Cern, opening portals, doorways to destruction, NWO game plan. Tonight's show is brought to you by the Montreal Anti-Illuminati Task Force, and tonight we're talking about Cern. What is going on with Cern? But before I get to that, let me introduce to you the one and only, my co-host, the madman from Montreal, Mario. Cheers, Mario. Let's have another great show tonight.
Yes, it's great to be back, even though at the beginning we were having technical difficulties because I was hearing feedback, but we fixed it once and for all. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, I didn't get this from robots. Robots did not serve me this as of yet, but eventually, one day, robots will give me this. I will go and order it and it will come in.
And this, yes, like I said before, tonight when we're talking about Cern. And before we get to Cern, we'll have a great show tonight. For all you folks out there, did you know that Cern invented the World Wide Web in Geneva, Switzerland? Not the internet, the program called World Wide Web. But tonight...
Yeah, but Rob, but before we go on, we got to be a little bit concerned with Cern. Get it? Cern, concern. No, all serious behind, all serious ahead.
Exactly. Like tonight I'm having a nice cup of coffee. And no JD tonight. Just JD barbecue sauce that I put on my chicken, but it wasn't that great. The barbecue sauce. It's not like the JD, but that's my personal view on it. I mean, my personal taste. But let's get on with the show because you got a world of information. Are they opening up portals? And what's coming out of the portals? That we'll be talking at 8:15 tonight.
Yes, we're going to be dissecting it. You know, we're going to get to be dissecting it a little bit more than what you think you know. But anyhow, this is me. This is Mario. Hopefully I don't get no interruptions or thunders or lightning or anything. But this is who I am. So I'm going to be switching on out to show what you need to see and hear and know for yourself as proof, right? Because it all comes down to proof. Because the proof has to be in the pudding. So here we go. Our beautiful blog. It's MNR Productions, Mariolaur.blogspot.ca. And by the way, if you go, this will be in all the shows and videos that we do in the past and future. So here it is. That's all what you need to know. And this is the video. If you don't see this, you gotta refresh. And our video will appear off video, our show, because it is a video after all. It's a long video. And this is Chitango. And on the side here, it shows all the past videos and goodies that we've done. So, shall we get on with the pictures of the week?
Oh, yeah, pictures of the week. My favorite right there, motorcycle. Well, motorcycles, but not necessarily motorcycle gangs. And we see what's been happening. I think this was in Texas, and the Illuminati card cycle gangs right there.
So what did they know? They predicted the future even before it happened, as you could see in this beautiful picture right here, right?
Yeah, exactly. They're putting they write the future. They write history and they write the future before it's even done. And they're not psychics. So the cycles, yeah, but not psychics.
So in other words, this was predicted way from before, a long time ago, whenever the car game was done. It was predicted, right?
Yeah, 1995 it was.
Yeah, right. The water car.
The water car. Oh, yeah, Stan Mayer was the inventor of the car that ran purely on hydrogen extracted from water. Which strong interest came from the Pentagon and the $5 trillion a year big oil industry. 97, Mayer is alleged to have refused $1 billion offer with patent. Stan Mayer was poisoned to death the next year.
See, what does this tell you?
Wait a minute. $5 trillion a year. Wow, that's a lot of money. They could use that money to how can I say, pay the gross input of the United States with that. At least pay some of the debt.
All this for the excuse to go there and say we're coming here for oil when we know that they're not going there for oil. They're going there for actually portals. That's why they're going to Iran, Iraq, and all these countries, because there's portals there. And of course, we're going to be talking about Cern later on. But the water car, they could have made a water car, but that's their excuse for it happening. Does that make sense, Rob?
To me, it makes sense, but it shouldn't make sense because we should use water instead of using oil. But they want to make the money from the oil.
Well, that's what they're
Black
saying.
Gold.
But that's what they're saying, Robert. That's what they're saying. But they're not going there for gold. They're going there for portals. They're just saying they're going there for petroleum and gas. Did I say
But
gold? I meant petroleum instead.
But I do think the Cern is opening up portals, but we'll get into that later on. Okay, next one.
You don't have to read all this.
No, what you should know about why bats are dying by millions. What the news tell you? We got murdered. Why bees are dying by the billions? Who said that doesn't? So you see, we have a whole list over here that you guys can look at right now, or you can look after, and it makes a lot of sense of what we should know and what they tell us, what the Illuminati tell us.
No, but now let me tell you something, okay? What you should know, this is why you're watching us, because this is why we're telling you, because this is what you should know. And most of the things, or all the things that are on that list of what you should know about, we talk about here on the MnRTV Live Show. The other thing is the mainstream news. We're not going to be talking about Kanye West and Kim Kardashian. We're not going to be talking about Justin Bieber. How many times do we have to say it here live on the MnRTV Live Show, the mothership of all conspiracy theories? That's it. That's why we're here, because we're going to be talking about what you should know. Does that make sense? Sure it does. Right, Wabi?
Yeah, right. It does make sense now. Getting back to the next article right here. Picture, sorry guys. Chemtrails. Los Angeles, Miami, New York, London, Barcelona, Paris, Rome, Cape Town, Bogota. But where's Montreal?
And the point of this picture, Wabi, is that chemtrails are all over the world. Wherever you go, they are. You just look up in the sky and you see chemtrails. They're everywhere. That's the point of this picture. You just have to keep looking up in the sky. Does it make sense?
Yeah, it does make sense. I mean, I see them all the time, and I don't know. I forgot to tell people on the show 2 weeks ago. I don't know why. The week we didn't do the show last week, I told them that in front of my house, after going to see the Avengers, I saw an orb, a white orb, right in front of my house, just flying, just zooming by like this, just one, and poof, it disappeared. Where did it go to? That's what I'd like to know. What was it? Probably interdimensional, that's for sure. All right.
It's apparition.
Yeah. Did you know when Bush took office in 2000, the Republican logo changed from having 3 stars to having 3 upside down stars? No explanation was ever given. 3 upside down stars. Those look like elephants right there.
Yep, the upside down stars, you know what that means? Pentagrams, right?
Pentagrams, yeah, we know what pentagrams are for, what they're used for, to summon up the evil forces of the dark side.
So Bush made pentagrams. He put pentagrams instead of normal stars.
Yeah, he did.
The next are good butter, and I'm being sarcastic here.
The Rothschild Group are worth over 500 trillion. You haven't heard about them because they also own mainstream. We do know about the Rothschild criminal crime syndicate that are worth 500, probably 600 trillion right now, and they're very, very evil, head of the Illuminati, 13 bloodlines, reptilian Zionists, whatever you want to call them, infiltrated people, sick puppies to everyone, and we're all indebted to them. Every time you go to work, folks, just think we work for them. But no one knows this.
But the good news is that, well, like I keep saying, we're not mainstream, and he can't control us, but the only thing he can control is from our dollars. So we go working with our dollars, and that's how he controls all of us, even the ones watching. Unfortunately, sorry people.
Yeah, take that vile picture away. And not for some more vile news. Amount of mercury allowed in drinking water, 2 parts per billion. Amounts found in a vaccine, 51,000 parts per billion. It's a lot of wasted stuff right here.
Mercury, too much mercury. Do we need mercury? I mean, we have mercury even in our filling of our teeth. What are they trying
The
to
old
do? Kill
fillings
us, yes. Kill
in the
us.
90s, if we have like the fillings that were like silver.
And this, of course, is the source from David Icke, our good buddy.
Ah, yeah, it is. Yeah, David Icke.
Okay, back to mainstream.
Oh,
You
yeah,
know,
wait, they're number one. Be obsessed with sex. Money is everything. Be afraid of you. Obey. Fail. War justified. Fear. Fear beheadings. Yeah, that's everything that we're supposed to listen to. That's an Illuminati blueprint right there.
yeah, you know, I can't say more. Now, this, our big topic all the
The, the,
time.
the Georgia Guidestones, the Ten Commandments of the new world order right there. Yeah, keep population under 500 million.
And it's going to
And then
happen one day, unfortunately.
perhaps sooner than we expect. If you get my drift.
Now, this was from last week's show, Jade Helms.
Jade
Big,
Helms, effing deal right there. Yeah, big freaking deal right there.
and
That's a
that's what all
sheeple
the
right there.
sheeple, exactly, that's what they're saying. All the sheeple, they're saying, who cares? Who cares
But
about Cern? Who cares about everything? As long as we're doing what we got to do, which is watch American Idol and all the other stuff that's on television, that doesn't matter.
yeah, exactly right there. There's a sheeple right there. There's many of them. And last week's show, for you folks that missed it on this worldwide transmission, was about Jade Helm. All right, the next one here. The International Linear Collider will attempt to open the bottomless pit. Would you care to elaborate about that?
No, but this is what we're going to be talking about later on the show about CERN. But we're just showing the beautiful picture here. That's showing where CERN is going to be under right there, right?
Yeah, exactly. And yeah, exactly. And I'm currently reading a book that says we'll be able to download a consciousness in the future to parts in the universe in the future if we get there. Can you imagine downloading your consciousness into like a body and then sending it out? And you take that your consciousness is still in that body and you send it on the universe like far away, and then you're like flying in the universe. It's
Hmm.
mind-boggling, isn't it? That's
Yeah,
the, that's the
very.
book I'm that's the book I'm reading now. All right. Uh, that's
So
it for the
that's it for the pictures of the week.
yeah.
And now we're going to take you straight down to the conspiracy talk. And it keeps getting bigger and bigger all the time. 60 new people.
Yeah, exactly. It keeps growing and growing and growing, doesn't it?
Oh,
And
all the
there's and
time.
there's a pin post of our current show, or we have the recorded show. It's always on top. And tonight's show is going to be about CERN, the Hidden Collider. That's what we're going to be talking about later tonight. And as you go down, you can see all kinds of posts by people, and feel free to add. Feel free to post. We love the information. We've got to get the news out there. So this is a conspiracy talk on Facebook. We also have another one on Google Plus.
But I've noticed something here is that we're getting a lot of people coming in who just opened up their profile like a couple of hours ago and they want to join. Well, we don't allow them because they're spammers. That's why.
Exactly.
So we're not going to allow them. But that's feel free to join and say have your say. Speaking of having your say, this is what's happening right now. A
In
wonderful
the chat room.
viewers.
Exactly. In the chat room right there, folks. And
So let's get quacking. Right, and dissect some more news, right?
yeah, with some more news on what's going on in the world, exposing all kinds of information that you won't see on mainstream news. And that's very important that we do that. That's why we're here. and it's
Now,
gonna
hold
come
on.
soon.
Yes, it's coming. And now this one took me by very surprise yesterday when I seen it. I was like, wow, if this really happens,
I hope not.
now this
Planet
is it.
right about planetary alignment to cause 9.8 earthquake prediction for California on May 28, 2015. That's that's on Thursday.
Anyways,
That's
you
on
heard it
Thursday.
here. You heard it here
That's
first.
tomorrow.
Yeah.
If anything happens, you heard it here first on MnRTV Live Show.
And let's
Let's hope
hope.
not, though.
Yes, that's the whole point. We don't want nothing happening. But look at
Because
this.
the planetary alignment of Venus and Mercury. Some people are making reference to Nostradamus, who spoke some coincidental references to this rumored event in one of his quatrains. Oh, I wish I could have a chance to watch this video. Ooh, the video has gone viral and was published recently.
So this is
And,
like,
and there's a quatrain right there for you folks. Okay, well, we're not gonna read it, but yeah, I guess you guys get the picture right there.
now this is even more of a shocker in case people don't know where exactly what's happening. But tomorrow, Friday, look at what's going to come out too.
A movie called San Andreas. In the aftermath of a massive earthquake in California, a rescue chopper pilot makes a dangerous journey across the state in order to rescue his estranged daughter.
Is this a coincidence or what? That's my question. I know you don't believe in predictions, Wabi, but I'm telling you, what do they know?
I hope tomorrow there's no earthquake, but I don't know. I don't. What do your viewers think? Let us know in the chat room what you guys think of.
Yes, it's very important. It's very, very important.
Yeah, it is.
I mean,
you guys are very important to us. What you guys say, that's what we're here.
Now the next bit we're going to be getting into.
Montreal's worst fear may be coming true.
Monsanto's
worst fear may be coming true.
Well, a restaurant in Mexico is GMO free.
Okay, the decision of the Chipotle restaurant chain makes its product line GMO free is not most people's idea of a real historic event, especially since Chipotle, by U.S. standards, is not a huge operation. A clear sign that the move is significant, however, is that Chipotle's decision was met with a tidal wave of establishment media abuse. Well, who owns the media? Of course.
Monsanto.
Who owns the media that control it all?
But Monsanto, like these people are starting something, and the whole world's going to do it soon. They're going to go GMO free, right? That's the whole point.
So we can fight Monsanto.
Because if not, the next one, I think it has a lot to do with Monsanto, just like I think a lot of things have to do with the chemtrails. Either one or the other, but the bees.
Now here we go again with this, yes. B. Mageddon. White House reveals national strategy to tackle honeybee decline. The dwindling numbers of honeybees in the U.S. has been a constant worry for farmers in recent years, and now the White House is buzzing into action. On Tuesday, the Obama administration unveiled a new strategy aimed at protecting honeybees' habitat. The national strategy to promote the health of honeybees and other pollinators will seek to manage the way forests are burned by wildfires and replanted, how offices are landscaped, and how roadside habitats where bees feed are preserved. Well, we're going to have to see what they're going to do with this.
Now,
bees are very important.
Yeah, but hold on here. The point of all this is right here. On Tuesday, Obama administration unveiled. You know what they've unveiled? Absolutely nothing. Because Obama doesn't care about bees. It's none of his beeswax. Rob, it's none of his beeswax.
Yes. And I haven't heard anything on mainstream news at all
No,
about this.
no, for sure, because it's not important to them. They rather be thinking about a cop chasing a person's arm. I saw something on the news today of someone chasing um, a cop, got his arm caught in a person's car, and the car just left with the cop hanging.
Oh, what happened to the cop? Was his arm torn off?
I don't know. Who knows? This the point is that are we supposed to care?
Yeah, exactly.
That's the question.
I
Now,
know.
the next one.
War is just a racket. Memorial Day is a hoax. Our soldiers died for the profits of the bankers. Yes, of course, the banker wars. The banker wars, and a great article right there that we can see, which does talk about that all wars is for profit, and people die, and soldiers die because they're the puppets of the puppet masters, the masters of puppets.
And here's the big list of all the bankers.
There's a list
Yeah,
right
there's
there.
well the five banks. I saw it somewhat before.
Okay. And,
And
and right there it talks about Jane Hell, an exercise that pits the U.S. military against the U.S. public. It's scheduled to run July 15th through September 15th.
see, so it all ties in. That's the whole point of this. It all ties in.
Everything we talk about just ties in like a pieces, like of a million billion puzzle that just fits in to everything. So it just ties in to what is going on.
Unfortunately.
Part of the end game times, the New World Order blueprint.
Oh no, this is the next one because now we're sticking with. Hold on, let me just focus. It's very important to focus. Okay, this is the banksters. That's banksters right there. Here's the list, but this is what I was
Wall
talking about.
Wall Street cartel thugs admit to manipulating exchange markets, but will anyone go to jail?
Of
If they
course
cross the
not.
thugs, they'll go to jail, but no one goes to jail. A group of the world's largest banks admitted to manipulating the global foreign exchange market and will pay billions in fines, reported. However, we won't see anyone go to jail. Citicorp, P. Morgan Chase, Barclays, and Royal Bank of Scotland not only admitted to manipulating foreign exchange markets, but they also rigged benchmark interest rates that affected credit card, car, and home loans. The U.S. Department of Justice announced that the banks will pay 5.8 billion in fines as a penalty. Chances are that the banks already had that much on retainer in case they got in legal trouble. Basically, the fines won't do anything. It's true. It's a scam. It's an international cartel that's doing this. That controls, that manipulates the market, and they do want to crash the U.S. economy and the global economy. They want to collapse. They want to collapse everything to implement a new one world order global system. That's why electronic global system that it can shut off anybody, which we've spoken to about this on the show previously.
All the time we bring it up on the MnRTV Live Show. All the
Since we've been
time
doing the show, we've been doing the shows, exactly.
because it's very important.
Yeah, exactly, right there. Okay.
Well, this is another one, almost the same thing, and people want to
Yeah,
know that because a lot of people are saying it's not true. It's not true what you're saying.
I know. Five of the world's biggest banks are expected to plead guilty in an unprecedented criminal case. And there's more information. There's J.P. Morgan, CEO
CEO.
James Dimon. Yeah.
This is for Banker Geddon. Whatever happened to Banker Geddon?
Yeah, where are you, Steve Janis?
This is
Wondering where you are. Are you okay?
this
Steve
is his
Janis,
department.
yeah, Steve Janis, the bank of Geddon. Get your
See,
ass over here. Come back. We need you. The world needs you.
I hope he's okay.
So,
So
yeah,
I
I'm
when I
sure
saw
he is.
that, I okay.
Okay.
The next one, robots.
Killer robots need regulation, experts warn. It's a familiar theme in Hollywood blockbusters. Scientists develop robots. Robot becomes sentient. Robot tries to destroy humanity. But what Seemingly sci-fi technology advances inching closer to reality. Artificial intelligence and robotic experts face an important question. So they support or oppose the development of deadly autonomous robots. I don't know. I mean, I've seen those Terminator movies, and there's a new one coming out, and it's not something we want to fight against.
The thing
But
is the
I got,
question is, Robbie, what I want to know is, how do they know that robots are going to kill? How do they know? Are they out there already saying that they're going around killing?
yeah, but the thing is, what's going to happen when there's robots and there's demons that are unleashed?
Who said
It's going
it?
to be
Who said are they going to take?
exactly. Are the demons going to align with them, or will the demons, the fallen angels, the demons, fight us and the robots? Now that's something out of that sounds something out of a Hollywood sci-fi movie. Hmm.
Yeah,
But
I never
stranger
know.
is yeah. But sometimes the truth is stranger than fiction. There's a scientist right here from the University of Montreal in Canada who co-authored a separate article in the same journal on so-called deep learning and technology used in AI.
It was very interesting. When I saw that, I was like, "Whoa, man, this is something else here." I
It sure
mean,
is.
let me just check to make sure that I didn't leave nothing out. So I guess the last news bit before the Trish comes on, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
UFOs. What would this show be without UFOs?
Yeah, and like I said before, I saw the giant. I mean, I saw the orb before. Bizarre UFO light seen by thousands over North China sparks fears aliens are coming. Now, are the aliens actually coming? What is it? Is it
I think
aliens?
they're already here as fallen
They've been
angels.
here. Yeah. They've been here for a long time. Let me read a bit of the article here. Thousands of people from different provinces of northwest China, as far apart as the Shanxi province, the Ningxia and Inner Mongolia autonomous regions, an area covering a distance of more than 1,000 kilometers, reported seeing a UFO object which left an unusual trail of light in the sky on May 23rd. Oh, that's that. I would love to see that. But I'm telling you, there is something going on. The U.S. government knows what's going on. They know. They're not telling us. Disclosure. Something is happening. What's your take on this, Mr. Madman?
I honestly think they know because they're working with them. They see them all the time, the UFOs. They communicate with everyone, including the Pope, I believe. I believe the Pope is always in contact with UFOs and aliens,
Ha,
especially aliens.
well, the Pope does want to. He says he does want to bless the aliens once they arrive. Once they arrive,
No, he wants to baptize them.
baptize them. Yeah, he wants to baptize them once they arrive, so he knows something.
For sure, he knows. They know everything, those guys.
They are. Yeah, I agree. So yeah, so that's it for that article right there. And in the chat room right there, people are commenting. So go in the chat room, folks. We have our own Chatango web chat room, and you just go in there and you just start chatting away with our viewers. But remember, folks, once this show is recorded, just share it. We've got to expose this. We've got to bring down the new world order. We've got to expose what's going on. Let the sheeple know what in the world's going on, because this is a worldwide transmission.
And let's hope the sheep will wake up.
Yeah.
That's what counts. So we want the sheep waking up. That's why we're doing this show. I think we were also sheeples at one point also, right? We're all born
Yeah.
sheeple,
Well,
right? We're
yeah,
all born
yeah,
sheeple.
exactly. But in the last 5 years, all I've been doing is studying this, reading books. I do research. I do research, and I read about two new books, one book a week, sometimes two books. Right now, I just started a new book reading. That's all I do is I read, I research on the internet, call people up, call some inside contacts, try to get information. All right, so now what's going on now. Is this it for the information?
Yes, it is. I think we're gonna call her up. She's been waiting and dying. Our very lovely Trish is waiting.
Don't go anywhere, folks. We're gonna be right back after this little short break.
Yes, so don't we're not leaving. We're gonna be talking about song later on. So stick around, if you know what I mean.
So we'll be right back.
You don't see the particles that they study, they are simply too small. But how do you study something that is too small to see? Imagine you are looking up at a blue sky on a summer's day. You see a vapor trail high up, but you cannot see a plane. You know that there is a plane in the sky from the trail it leaves, even if you cannot always see it. In the past, scientists would photograph liquid hydrogen under pressure as particles passed through it. The photographs would reveal trails of bubbles that mark the path of particles like a plane's vapor trail in the sky. Today, physicists have very sophisticated detectors that work more like digital cameras and send data of the trajectory, charge, and energy of particles directly to computers. Smashing the Large Hadron Collider is the world's most powerful particle accelerator. As its name suggests, its job is to collide particles together. To do this, beams of hadrons, either protons or lead ions, will be accelerated in opposite directions around a vast 27 kilometers underground machine at nearly the speed of light before being smashed, hitting with one another at very precise points. Vast detectors surround these points to measure what happens during these collisions. E equals mc2 at the scale, and with these energies, what is observed can be very strange and exciting. As Einstein's famous equation tells us, matter is a very concentrated form of energy. In other words, matter and energy are interchangeable. These collisions can help reproduce conditions shortly after the Big Bang, giving us both knowledge of the subatomic world and understanding of our vast universe.
Thank you very much, Trish. We couldn't have done it without you. You know, I mean, you're so amazing. Your beautiful voice just gets us going. Everybody always wants you. You know.
Yeah.
Welcome back, Rabbi. You know.
Yeah. These breaks are too damn short.
I know.
I'm taking care of like a lot of stuff at the same time. All right.
Yeah,
it's hot over here. It's humidity here.
It feels like Florida. That's how it feels like. Or is it
Florida?
I've
been to Florida.
Or New Orleans?
No, you've been to New Orleans. I've been to Florida. I love Florida. It's a great place.
I find New Orleans is even more hotter than this place right here.
Okay, yeah. Exactly. All right. Okay. I was just looking in the chat room over here.
Chatango.
Yeah, Chatango. They're talking about Planet X right there. I don't know. I can't type in Chatango through my computer. I don't know what's wrong with this damn bloody computer of mine over here, but luckily I could use it through my cell phone right there.
I think the whole system is falling apart. I think they're trying too hard.
The whole system is falling apart. It's demonic. This whole system. Don't forget who created CERN. Like I said at the beginning of the show. I mean, who created the World Wide Web? CERN created it, I believe, in 1989. They created a program called the World Wide Web. In order for the internet, for people to go on the internet, they needed a program that was called the World Wide Web. That comes from CERN, folks.
It sure does come from some. Should we begin the topic?
Yeah.
You want to begin the topic now because it's hot and it's very long. I would think it's long because we have a lot of things to dissect and get into it, you know.
Right there, yeah. Now, first order of business right there. Now the end begins. Are you ready for what comes next? All right. The Hindu Shiva dance of destruction filmed inside Cern Collider. The LHC, the Large Hadron Collider, is the largest machine in the world. I think it's 17 miles high. It took thousands of scientists, engineers, and technicians decades to plan and build, and it continues to operate at the very boundaries of scientific knowledge. And the Lord said unto Satan, Whence comest thou? Then Satan answered the God, the Lord, and said, from going to and fro the earth, and from walking up and down in it. The Large Hadron Collider is the world's largest, most powerful particle accelerator. It first started up on the 10th of September 2008 and remains the latest addition to Cern's accelerator complex. The LHC consists of a 27-kilometer ring of superconducting magnets with a number of accelerating structures to boost the energy particles along the way.
Okay, before I continue with this, here in Job
Yes.
1:7, it means that Satan was walking on the earth back then. He's still walking on the earth back right now, but he has access to heavens. That's from what I understand.
Currently.
Until he gets kicked out 100% because the Archangel Michael is holding him back.
Well, he's not. Yeah, he didn't kick him out of heaven yet. Well, until when war breaks out in heaven. Okay. CERN, the European Organization for Nuclear Research, has its headquarters in Geneva. At present, its member states are, and it names all the countries. I'm not going to name all the countries. Is our country in here? Is Canada here?
No, Italy is.
Yeah, our home, yeah.
Well,
Italy.
United States is.
Yeah, United States for sure. CERN Council is the body in which the representatives of the 20 member states of the organization decides on scientific programs and financial resources. Okay, so now as we go down.
Oh, look at this picture, the same picture on the Megadeth album, remember?
Yeah, the Megadeth album right there. There's Shiva in there. That's a portal right there.
But I think they put that in there, Shiva.
Well, yeah, they did.
The original picture doesn't have that. It's been photoshopped.
No. So why, one asks, has a very bizarre movie been filmed on there featuring the Shiva dance of destruction? Yes. In fact, a statue of Nataraja depicting the Hindu god Shiva was dedicated there on site back in 2004 when CERN was first constructed. And there's a dance right there that they're doing.
Which we can't show.
No, we can't show because YouTube won't allow it. A search the LHC to search the smallest particle in existence when a ghostly woman played by soprano Cladden McFadden appears, asking him if he loves the particle more than he loves himself. If he could, would he become one of the particle's source? Now here's where it gets interesting. The significance of the Lord Nataraja is the sculpture is that the Hindu god Shiva is known first destroying the world, then recreating it. A Bengali chant talks about this, says, because you love the burning ground, I have made a burning ground of my heart. Then you, dark one, hunter of the burning ground, may dance your eternal dance. The Bible clearly tells us that the Hindu dark one who inhabits the burning ground is none other than Satan himself. Is this picture starting to become clear to you now? The same science that inspired the builders of the Tower of Babel, men who, like Satan, said they did not need God to reach heaven, is also behind the work of the people at CERN. People who have dedicated the whole of their research to the Dark One. There are no accidents, there are no coincidences. The New World Order is sending a clear-cut message. They are awaiting the appearance of their Lord, the Antichrist, and will attempt to destroy the world and recreate it in his image. The Bible tells us how it will end. And right there it does say it. I'm not going to read it. You guys can see it.
But I want to make a comment here. The Tower of Babel.
Ahead.
You know, there's so many taller buildings. We have the technology of making even taller buildings than the Tower of Babel. Doesn't that tell you, oh, but maybe we're all reaching the sky and seeing God? No, the Tower of Babel was actually a portal.
Portal, yes, a portal.
And where is the Tower of Babel? Look it up. It's, I think, in Iran or Iraq, in one of those countries. I always get mixed up between the two.
Is it still there now? Do you know?
No. It's no longer there.
It's been destroyed, yeah.
But that's the whole thing. So now people are saying, yeah, but we're going to Iran and Iraq and all these countries for oil. You're wrong, people. The reason why they're there is for the portals. They're trying to find the portals to go up there. That's how I see it.
Speaking of the Tower of Babel, did you know that they intended to kill God? Of course, they can't kill God, but they could have reached the portals. That's why God had to stop the Tower of Babel from being built, because they were finding a way to actually go into heaven.
Why would they want to kill God? Because they wanted to be gods. That's why.
Exactly.
With a small g, of course.
But God had to do this because he himself knew that if he let this continue, they would have went up to heaven. And that's
Yeah.
what brings us what Cern is trying to do. Cern is trying to open up portals, dimensions, because they've discovered there's other dimensions, perhaps parallel universes. All right.
Back
Next
to Shiva,
piece.
because there's a lot of stuff on Shiva.
Shiva, ancient fallen angel technology and the Illuminati. I've been watching the discussion concerning Cern for the past couple of years, and I've come to the conclusion after taking all the information and the people associated with the project that it is nothing more than an occult application of ancient fallen angel technology by the Illuminati. The Illuminati is obsessed with fulfilling what George Bush calls the fulfillment of an ancient dream, referring to the return of the days of Noah when the Nephilim hybrids were on Earth. The restoration of the Atlantean ruler of the philosopher kings. This will be represented in the New World Order when the 10 regions will most likely be ruled by demonically driven hybrid kings, all serving the Antichrist. Since the secret societies are obsessed with pharaonic imagery and the rising of Osiris, I believe it is what we are witnessing. What most people couldn't grasp related to Cern was the placement of Shiva statue outside the Hadron Collider. This really got people talking about the objective, the real objective. Well, apparently this was a gift. You could see Shiva right there. That was a gift from India, and they gave it to them because they're part of it, and they gave this as a gift, right? They probably did this. That's probably some kind of part that does help the portal open up. There's something probably mystical about it, evil.
There is. I don't like it. I don't like statues one bit. I do not have statues in my house. I don't want statues, and that's a statue. And I'm sure people look up to these statues. And there's Shiva again. And I mean, I don't know if people wanna look into this, but
Don't forget, we forgot to say, Mario, that after our shows are recorded, all the links are up.
Yes, I was about to say
the points.
Yeah, that's for the new people that don't know, right?
Because we've got new people all the time on our show. Every week there's new people from all different parts of the planet, I suppose. These are great videos. I've seen some of these videos, and they're really wonderful. I mean, that's all I've been doing. I did yesterday. I did 3-4 hours of research just on this alone for our show tonight, and it just doesn't end.
And there's so much.
The more you think you know, the more you don't know. The more you keep learning. It's like an infinite of information, and we have to double check, triple check to make sure that the information does make sense, and it's not a lot of disinfo, because people do put a lot of disinfo. The Illuminati do put out false info to mix the truth with lies. Doesn't that bring you to someone who we think?
Yeah, Satan. Well, they contact Satan. They always contact Satan. And the next one, Cern Collider.
The Stargate of Shiva, right there. And I don't think I want to meet Shiva, which is none other than the demon or Satan himself. Right now, I almost see it in my mind a bunch of ATSers, that means above top secret people that's from the above top secret website, jumping in their chairs in front of the computer saying, "Oh no, another weirdo going nuts about the LHC." Well, this is my 2 cents, that after reading what I'm sharing here, some of you guys will stop thinking the purpose of the gigantic device is to reproduce the primordial spark of the Big Bang and start to figure out what really may be scheduled by this project. And there's a lot of information here. The huge device that activated dimensional portals, stargates, or wormholes. What's common sense among UFO researchers that the tableware depict in some paintings in the walls of the Abydos temple is a structure that could be part of a huge device that activated dimensional portals, stargates, or wormholes. I'm telling you that this stuff has been invented. The wormholes are here.
Well, they had them before. They're just trying to say that You know what I think? I think Cern has been created. I mean, the door has been open, I think. Personally, I think the door has been open.
Oh yeah, the door has been open, but people don't know what's going on. Don't forget. I don't know if you knew today that there was a lot of UFO activities that were seen. There was like a big spiral today that I saw before in the news that talked about that there was something very weird going on. So I think CERN has something to do. But it was a spiral, but it looked more like a portal to me.
Do I go to the
Yes,
next? Do I go to the
yes,
next news
yes,
bit?
yes. I'm reading you in the chat room. Yes, Mr. DC Mella, welcome to our show once again. And yes, the Queen of Destruction is Shiva.
Is it Apollyon? Anything to do with Apollyon?
No, she's the Queen. Well, don't forget CERN. I don't know if you know CERN has been built. CERN is from France, and it comes from France also. I think it's in between France and Switzerland, and there's a city called Apollonia or something. And Apollyon in the Bible is the one that opens up, that comes out of the sixth seal or something. I know I might be getting the information wrong here, but you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, well, no, you're right. I mean,
Yeah, Apollyon, yeah, the city. And here we have more Shiva's cosmic dance at CERN. I saw the dance that we want to dance to.
so this is it, and I still don't know why they use this symbol to symbolize CERN. I know that you read it, but it's taking time for it to sink into my head.
It's mind-boggling you, isn't it?
Yes. And why Geneva, Switzerland? I've noticed something. World War II, Switzerland, it was always like the neutral country. People put all their money in Switzerland, all these big companies, and here's CERN, out of nowhere. Well,
but don't forget also, like I said before, because our viewers are here. We have more viewers right now. CERN invented the World Wide Web, the program, not the internet itself, but the World Wide Web, the program that enabled people to go on the internet. The World Wide Web back in 19.
They were the missing link that connected it all together.
So I'm thinking the internet will be part of the 666 system at end times. If they want to connect just about everything to the internet, the refrigerators, the TVs, we have all these smart TVs, the house temperature, and so on and so forth. It's going to be worse than 1984, folks. A lot worse.
Anyhow, I don't know if you want me to go and stay with this beautiful website here, or you want me to go to another one.
Well, yeah, you could go to another one. I mean, people will see what is going on.
At least people know what Shiva is all around. Yeah, it's around.
That's all around. Yeah.
He's definitely all around that circle. Fortunately, Shiva is, I don't like Shiva.
It's not someone you want to deal with.
No, definitely not. Okay, the next.
And don't forget, before we get to the next article, information in India, wasn't there there was 800 people that died recently? I think a couple of days ago. There was a big heat wave. Yeah. Why?
Yes.
Because it's something to do with Shiva. Who gave CERN the statue? India. So it's got All right, here we've got a new article here from a good friend, Lynn Lehaz, Mario. It's a while we haven't contacted Lynn Lehaz, and the article here: time to open the gates of hell. CERN, Large Hadron Collider, discovers very exotic matters that challenge traditional physics. Must see video.
There's the video.
The video which we can't play, but I've seen it and it's great.
No, it's actually that's a picture.
A picture, but there is a video underneath it.
What I want to know is why did they do it underground? Now that's a question. Now people are going to say, but I know the answer why. Because it's part of. Well, should I say it now or wait till the end, Robert?
Say it now.
Yeah, but I don't know. I mean, them people.
Yeah, I mean, you might forget.
Okay, why? Because of the abyss, right? That's why they're doing it underground, because they want to unlock the
The
door.
abyss.
And
Yeah, the key
another
to the
thing,
bottomless pit.
yeah, there you go, there you go. I didn't even have to say it. It's right there.
Yeah.
See that?
The Large Hadron Collider Beauty collaboration has confirmed the existence of exotic hadron with two quarks and two anti-quarks. And quarks, if you don't know what it is, folks, it's an atom even smaller than an atom. I think 1 billion times smaller than an atom. They're trying to find, because what they're trying to do is there's some stuff that what we see, there's like maybe 11 dimensions we're living in, and in order for us to get into a different dimensions, these things it's like these dimensions are like a bit like curved, and to get into these dimensions, these quarks are so small, the billions of times smaller than even an atom, and that's why we can't see it, and that's why we can't go into another dimension.
Not with these bodies anyways.
No.
Not with
I
the
mean,
flesh.
I do have a. I mean, I did read a book. I do have a book by Bruce Goldberg that says you can even teleport, and you can go to the different dimensions by meditating and leaving your body. But that's not something that I want to do. I just research this like that. We know what's good, what's not out there for the show.
And then you know what? I
And
think our time is not right now for us to do that. Now is not the time for us to leave our body and go somewhere else. That's why we're in this mess.
Because you see, there's a reason Jesus did seal these portals right now. There is a reason, and they're trying to open up the portals to let out all these entities, evil entities, demons, demonic, fallen angels, nothing good, you know.
Well, it's like why do we want to challenge God? Why do we want to challenge his creation? There's no reason for us to know. I mean, when the time comes, we will know. Just like when man was put up with the tree of knowledge and tree of life, there were two trees, right? What did man want to do? He went for the tree of knowledge when all he had to do was stay away from it, but he wanted that. So God took away the tree of life afterwards because man screwed up. Man is known to screw up. That's the problem.
And that's why we're in this mess now, that we suffer, we have pain, wars, death, famine, and so on and so forth because of sin. Okay. So
I'm going,
yeah, so
Robbie, I don't know if you want me to continue this or I'm just going down.
no, just continue going down. I mean, we're not going to start talking about quartz over here. I mean, this is not physics. And Mario, I don't know if you ever studied physics, but I've researched it, and it can get kind of long and boring for people, which we don't want to. I mean, I don't think we want to know what quarks and anti-quarks and everything else that goes with it. But anyhow, right here, they're calling it the God particle. That's what they're looking for, the God particle. And they're upgrading it. By the end of the year, they hope to have its energy significantly. They are building up the supply for 3 months. In the winter, they have to shut it down, the Hadron Collider, so they have enough electricity for heat. This is how powerful it is. What's more, world powers are rushing to contribute to its cause, Israel being the latest. So Israel wants to have the Hadron Collider and get an atom smasher machine. You know what I would love? I would love if we can go, you and I and some people, we can go to Cern and actually be able to sneak in and see what the hell's going on.
Are you kidding me? They'll kill us before, especially they know that we do this show. You think they don't know who we are?
Well, of course, the elite Illuminati, they do know who we are. So we'd have to disguise ourselves, I suppose. Cern, Hadron Collider, the black hole in the Book of Enoch. There's a great video that talks about the Book of Enoch, one part of 5 right there. These videos are all good for people to see. And then they're not too long, so they're about 9 minutes, 10 minutes. So it's wonderful.
Yeah, it's worth people watching them because people need to know. There's no reason for us not to know. It's not like we're living back in the 80s when we didn't know, but now we know.
No, we don't. Now we do know. Back then we didn't.
Now what's going on? Wait a second. Let me just make this a little bit bigger because I don't want to send people to their eye doctors.
I had enough problems last year with that. All
Because
right.
the eye doctors love me then for sending them business. Unfortunately, I don't want that. Anyhow, move on next.
Opening strange portals in physics. Physicist Lisa Randall explores the mind-stretching realms that new experiments soon may expose. Okay, right here, we'll go down a bit.
I thought you want to read her
No, no, no,
stuff.
no, no. Right there, in her new book, Knocking on Heaven's Door, Ada, I love that song. Harvard University theorist Lisa Randall explores how physics has made transform our understanding of the fundamental nature of the world. She thinks an extra dimension may exist closer to our familiar reality, hidden except for bizarre sapping of the strength of gravity as we see it. She also ponders the makeup of dark matter, unseen particles that have shaped the growth of the entire cosmos. These ideas, one the sole province of fiction writers, face real tests in generations of experiments. Sensitive detectors now sniff for dark matter. With the most complex scientific machine ever created, the Large Hadron Collider, beneath the border of Switzerland and France, smashes subatomic particles into one another at almost the speed of light. Oh my gosh! If they can go to the speed of light, they can actually go through time.
Oh yeah,
Time travel.
and that's
And
their
there's
goal. They want to be
exactly.
gods.
Yes, just like because Satan said you can be like God. The world's biggest first lie.
He wanted to
And
be God. He wants us to be God too. And man doesn't know any better, and they will want to be God too.
exactly, like it says in the article right here, her interview. Deep issues is also that they want to include a space-time cemetery and what are the extra dimensions, and string theory to a brain of extra dimensions. I mean, Mary, do you know that? Have you ever studied string theory?
No, that I never studied.
Okay, it's very fascinating. It's just mind blowing. I can't get into it right now, but it's very fascinating. I mean, we're there's a dimension right next to us, but we can't feel it. We can't sense it. Only through gravity are scientists able to tell that we might have a parallel reality to us.
But we're not supposed to know this, and maybe it's better we don't know it, right?
God sealed it. God
Because
sealed it.
it's not our time to know it. When it's our time to know it, we will know. Only
Exactly.
we have to understand something. God allows things to happen. If he wants things to happen, he will allow it to happen. But if he thinks it's not right now, he's not going to happen. Kind of like the good story of Sodom and Gomorrah. He said, it's like God if we have 10 people, though he says I won't do it. He didn't allow it. Well, then, he allowed it at the end because there was nobody around. Like, I mean, they all were doing their deeds, forgetting about God. Anyhow, we're not going to get
Can you
Bible
describe
stuff.
the essence of your idea about extra dimensions? There could be more to the universe than the three-dimensional we are familiar that we do know. They are hidden from us in some way, perhaps because they're tiny or warped. But even if they're invisible, they could affect what we actually observe in the universe. There are a lot of things we cannot see with the naked eye that turn out to be based in reality. In other words, gravity could be weaker in one place and stronger than another. If so, it could be a natural explanation both for why particle masses are what they are, why gravity is much weaker than other elementary forces. This extra dimension could be separated from ours by a million, trillion of a centimeter. It's not a parallel yet accessible universe. It interacts with our dimensions only via gravity, and gravity is extremely weak. And an elementary particle at ordinary energies exerts negligible gravitational force. But the LHC, if this idea is right, we would see evidence of this extra dimension. Particles could carry momentum into the extra dimension and could actually be observable. But it's not something you think of as a parallel universe. Technically, yes, it could exist parallel to our universe, but it's just not a carbon copy of our universe, which a lot of people think when they hear the phrase. So exactly. So we just go down. I'm not going to read the whole thing because we've touched on parallel universes in a previous couple of shows. And so that's what they're trying to do at the Hadron Collider in Geneva, Switzerland.
Yeah, I'm telling you,
I think,
Satan.
yeah, I think they're able to open up portals, but not too much. And like the thing is, they want to be able to contact more entities from there, and maybe they can't come out the entities fully, and they have to open up the Hadron Collider by opening a time fabric in space, and then what would happen is these entities will be able to come out fully in the open.
And let us not forget, between you've experienced your sleep paralysis, right?
Yes.
And I've experienced the Hat Man, and we've done shows on the Hat Man before. I'm not going to get into it. Look it up. It's all over the net. I put the article up on the Conspiracy Talks. So obviously, maybe the gate hasn't been fully opened.
No.
Maybe some sneaked out already, because it's not normal that we're all experiencing these things. So something is up with it.
Yeah.
Anyhow, that's what I think. So it's true what you're saying. That's what I believe. Okay, the next one, in the Express.
Okay, scientists at Large Hadron Collider hope to make contact with parallel universes in days. Next couple of weeks to connect a parallel universe outside of our own. By contributing to, okay, I'm reading about, okay, go down. Mario.
Yeah, I'm going down.
Okay.
I am. It looks right here.
The staggering complex LHC Atoms Master at the Cern Center in Geneva, Switzerland will be fired up to its highest energy levels, even in a bid to detect or even create a miniature black hole. If successful, a completely new universe will be revealed, rewriting not only the physics books but the philosophy books. It is even possible that gravity from our universe may leak into this parallel universe, scientists say at the LHC say. The experiment is sure to inflame alarmist critics that the LHC many of whom initially warned that higher energy particle collider would spell the end of our universe with the creation of a black hole of its own. But so far, Geneva remains intact and comfortably outside the event horizon. Indeed, the LHC has been spectacularly successful. First, scientists proved the existence of the elusive Higgs boson, God particle. The Higgs boson, folks, is a God particle. It glues everything together, a key building block to the universe, and it is seemingly well on the way to nailing dark matter, a previously undetectable theoretical possibility that is now thought to make up the majority of matter in the universe. By next week's experiments, it's considered to be a game changer. Just as many parallel sheets of paper, which are two-dimensional objects, breadth and length, can exist in a third-dimensional height, parallel universes can exist in higher dimensions. We predict that gravity can leak into extra dimensions, and if it does, then miniature black holes can be produced at the LHC. Normally, when people think of the multiverse, they think of the many worlds interpretation of quantum mechanics, where every possibility is actualized. This cannot be tested, and such philosophy are not science. This is not what we mean by parallel universes. What we mean is real universes in extra dimension. And I know a lot of people are probably getting confused over here. But do stick with us, folks, because parallel universes are extra dimensions. But what are in these extra dimensions? That's the big question over here that they're trying to calculate right here. What's going on? When the LHC is fired up, the energy is measured in electron volts. A TeV is 100 trillion electrical volts. So far, the LHC has searched for many black holes at energy levels below 5.3 TeV, but the latest study shows that this is too low. Instead, the model predicts the black holes may form energy at levels of 9.5 TeV in 6 dimensionals and 11.9 TeV in 10 dimensions. So like I said, we're currently scientists saying we're in 11 dimensions. So they're trying to
No,
create also on top of that black holes.
many big bang.
Yeah,
That's a
many
big
black
one.
holes. Well, let's like to see what happened before the Big Bang, if that actually happened. Like what happened at the time of the Big Bang. But like my question says, what happened before the Big Bang? You know, scientists are saying that we come from another universe, that a mother universe that had a Big Bang, it exploded, and we came out of it, and we're creating other Big Bangs in other universes. But that's we did shows on that in the past. Do you remember?
Yeah, we're always doing big bangs. I think even Mr. Mela came and discussed the Big Bang with
And,
us.
and also the big crunch, the theory where the universe expanding, it starts collapsing into each other, and the universe collapses, and it's called a big crunch until there's nothing that exists except into a singularity, which began to begin with, which ends with the singularity known as the big crunch. Harvesting black holes, the Large Hadron Collider, ultimate weapon of mass destruction. And you remember when they said that Saddam Hussein had the mass destruction, weapons of mass destruction? I think this is even bigger. This is bigger. I don't
No,
think
hold
I
on.
know it.
But remember what I told you before? We can't forget that. I strongly believe that Saddam Hussein's mass destruction weapons that he had was actually this, a portal. And notice another thing, speaking of portal, okay, on the same wavelength, I've played Diablo, the game Diablo. Unfortunately, I didn't like it. Now people are saying, what are you bringing up Diablo for? Because in Diablo, you go to portal to different places through portals. So it's like they're trying to tell people, yeah, it's normal to go through from portal to portal. I'm talking about like people out there people that like spending hours on these games. That's why I got rid of it, because you spend hours on the game, so it feeds you that. It tells you that it's normal to play, to go through portals, I should say. Okay.
Yeah, no. The Large Hadron Collider right there, and there we see the signal. I mean, the symbol right there, and as you can see, it's circle within circle. It looks like 666. It looks like a big eye, and there's all kinds of stuff it looks. Okay. The world's largest super collider is located at the European Center for Nuclear Research, Cern, is a 17-mile-long tunnel built in a giant circle buried 330 feet underground. It's beneath the French-Swiss border near Geneva. Total cost over 9 billion as of January 2010. It's been funded by European governments and 542 million from the United States. The Large Hadron Collider was restarted April 5th after a 2-year shutdown and a $150 million upgrade. Inside the LHC, two beams of protons are forced to smash into each other at high speeds. The initial goal was to create the so-called God particle Higgs boson, achieved in 2012. Now they hope to recreate the Big Bang, discover dark matter, expose other dimensions, and more. To do that, scientists are nearly doubling the power level so that the two beams of particles will collide more violently. Over 9 billion cathedral of science is apparently in any practical sense useless. So many years, so much effort, and so much money and material, so much energy and cutting-edge ingenuity. And yet the wizards at the controls aren't really out to produce anything practical or to solve any urgent human problems. No, they're there to create more problems. The physicists at Cern have the generous patrons in governments all over the world. LHC is a 21st century cathedral of science. That's what it is. Genesis 2.0 is true. The rest are whitewash and lies. This is the biggest machine that they've ever done, eh?
Yeah, it is.
Something can
And
be monetized.
so much money has went on there. Like you know how many people could have they could have fed so many people with that money.
Yeah, I hear ya. Power and control. Governments hope to gain power, something monetized, power and control, weapons, assets, resources, property, real estate land, creating new life, new planets. But an LHC sponsor, the United States itself is responsible for more deaths on Earth. Its objectives in command and control and full life spectrum dominance. That's how the U.S. uses technology and knowledge gain. What about the other sponsors? Can scientists be trusted?
I say
Yeah.
no because no, you can't trust scientists just like you can't trust man. Anyhow, suivant, next.
Okay. Yeah. So no, especially those mad scientists. And I do think the weather, the weird weather people are getting all over the world right now is because of Cern. I think it's manipulating or it's screwing up the weather. Whether it's done on purpose or not, this I do not know.
Hmm. You want me to go down with this? I guess so.
Okay. The reality of life is that the Earth and the universe are nesting interconnected, intimate ecosystems. What happens in one place affects everything because everything is unified together. First, here are some facts and questions about the Large Hadron Collider. LHC at least has one magnet with a magnetic field of 100,000 times stronger than Earth's magnetic field. What impacts does the Earth on the Earth's self-protective, life-sustaining magnetic fields? The huge superconducting magnets, the line in the LHC's 27-kilometer tunnel must be warmed up slowly and gently from minus 271 Celsius to room temperature 3. A shutdown and restart can apparently take 4 months.
Wow.
Ooh, yeah. So this goes to talk about how it works. I'm not gonna go through it because we're not doing the show exactly how it works, but the information is out there for everybody to see. Because when we do a show, we go all the way, don't we?
Yes, we like to dissect everything so that we're up to date over here.
Exactly. So it
An
goes on and on.
accident. An accident on September 10, 2008.
Yeah, just by one incorrect soldered joint.
I'm sure the person that was joining that did that work, he must be like crying. They must have fired him ASAP. Like, who cares about that slave?
Yeah, in less than a minute, $40 million damage was done, but it could have been worse. Yeah, it could have been. If the pressure was not shut.
I bet you that was an angel that went and said, no, it's not ready yet, and took it apart. Could it be?
It could be. If the pressure wave had not shut down the power, what would have been the result with a 17-mile-long tunnel filled with 1,232 pressurized cylinders weighing 35 tons? What would happen to the land above? What would happen to the Earth? What happens when this powerful beam is no longer going through dip poles, but through the concrete into the surrounding Earth? And what did happen as a result of this accident? Did it cause fractures in the rock or cause an earthquake? We may never know, but let's hope we do not find out, because I don't want the Earth to be Swiss cheese, as they say.
Maybe that's why Switzerland, Swiss cheese. Everything makes sense, and everything's a coincidence.
Hey, but you think so?
I don't know. I'm just saying so. You know.
Don't forget, Cern created the World Wide Web, so there was some good to it.
Yeah, but then look at the logo, the Google logo. You know, the Google logo, the Google Chrome logo, the Google Chrome. You know.
Yeah.
The Google logo.
Yeah, I know. Exactly. But all right, I think we'll go on to the next piece of information because it just talks about the same thing. I mean, the statistics of 1/4 mile is 1,220 feet below.
That's how deep it goes, like in the earth. That's a lot.
There's a lot of stuff that they say, but there's a lot of stuff they don't say right here. This is frightening. Dark matter, dark matter that they've discovered. There's a lot of that in space, but don't forget that through dark matter, there's energy, and that energy, it attracts energy, and that energy, what it has demonic entities to it.
I bet you they'd love
dark
to.
Matter.
I bet you the Pope and that would love to control these entities and well, we should say fallen angel. They think they'll control them, but they're not. It's going to be.
It'll be the other way around. And the thing is that they're trying to bring dark matter into the world, into like on the earth, and that's not uncontrollable. And if that's not, and if that it's not uncontrollable, and you can't sustain it, what do you think would happen?
Major problems.
Yeah. Wait. Go back. Because they talk about that they want to sue Cern. Yeah, right there. One American filed a lawsuit to stop LHC, saying the Earth could be destroyed if black holes were created, a 50% chance. He was slandered as loony. How do scientists know that these black holes will be harmless? That defies logic. Why would these black holes function any differently than black holes in outer space sucking matter into them? And how would that end for all of us? Forcing open doors into other dimensions without an invitation, without any laws of what or who is on the other side is suicidal, potentially omnicidal. I do believe that they don't know what's on the other side. They want to send a message. They're trying to open up dimensions they're saying hopefully something will come out of it, or if not, they'll send a message into it.
Or man will want to go into it and see.
Can you believe it? In our times, many years ago when we were kids, we said to ourselves, no, these things are just like science fiction, and now we see it right there. It's actually happening. Are people asleep? I do think they are asleep. They don't know what's going on, and they don't care.
We're living in interesting times, Rob.
Yeah, that's all you can. Yeah, that's all I got to say about that. You're absolutely right. We sure are.
There we go. I'm showing our activity in the beautiful Chitango. You know, I always like to do that. I always like to show what's happening in Chitango because that's where all the action is. You know.
Indeed. Yeah. All right, next piece of information right here is, again, by Lynn Lee has, Cern, brand new and never before seen real demonic entities caught on film passing through portals. You will not believe what's next. Must-see videos. Obviously, we can't play the videos. And talks about Genesis, a ladder going up on the earth. And he dreamed, Genesis 28:12, and he dreamed of, and behold, a ladder set up on earth, and the top of it reached to heaven, and behold, the angels of God ascending and descending on it. And Jacob awaked out of his sleep, and he said, surely the Lord is in this place, and I knew it not. And he was afraid, and said, how dreadful is this place? This is none other but the house of God, and this is the gate of heaven. Revelations 9:2, and he opened up the bottomless pit, and smoke arose out of the pit, like the smoke of a great furnace. So the sun and the air were darkened because of the smoke of the pit. Then out of the smoke locusts came upon the earth, and them was given powers, the scorpions, as the scorpions of the earth have power. Was Jacob seeing one of the gateways to heaven, or spiritual portals in which the angels were coming out and going back up? By constructing the Tower of Babel, were the pagans trying to reach a gateway or spiritual portal? What about John the Revelator in the book of Revelations and locusts that emerged from the smoke that rises from the bottomless pit that is open? Have you wondered how angels get to us so fast? Even if an angel traveled at the speed of light, it would take the angels millions of years to get to us. So how do they do it? And how do demons do the same? Watch all 3 videos and find the answers to these questions. As many of you are already aware, Cern is literally opening a portal to the spirit realm. And when they do, watch out. All sorts of end times demons are going to be released. How do I know? Because as explained in these videos, it is clearly written out in the Bible. That's right, Cern is actually in Bible prophecy. Until I watch these videos packed full of amazing information, so much that I couldn't possibly convey it all to you in a few short paragraphs. That is amazing what they're trying to do. They're amazing that what they're trying to do. It's just mind-boggling. I have no explanation for this.
I mean, but I know that in the Bible, they always go up into the heavens and they come back. I think even Moses, Moses went up. from what
Yeah,
I
he did.
understand. That's why he had white hair and, you know.
Yeah, he sure did.
Let me go back to our wonderful Chatango. I mean, I really like to do that, you know. We're actually
I do.
struggling to do this show today because of what? Because it's very hot out there. That doesn't
Very
help our
humid.
cause. It feels like
Yeah.
summer. You know that, eh, Rob?
What?
It feels like July.
It does. Yeah, it does. And just like on Saturday, it felt like almost like fall winter. All right, now here we got New World Order, USA under judgment. The Shiva dance represents destruction. Cern, the Shiva dance of destruction. There appears to be an occult agenda behind Cern. Some think it might be an attempt to open gateways to allow evil beings, dark spiritual forces, feeding to our dimension. The Bible speaks of a portal being opened of the bottomless pit. And of course, now they're talking about the dance right there. We went through that. The statue. All right, we'll have to go down. There's a lot of information here, and we don't want to risk repeating because repeating is not something we like to do. It talks about she was one of the main gods in Hindu that we know.
We spoke about before.
Yeah, we did right there, and it looks like the Cern is the answer to the questions theologians have been asking for hundreds of years. The Large Hadron Collider may be unlocking the mysteries in this book of Revelation. What are these strange creatures? Demon, locust, and scorpion hybrids. And of course, Satan will no longer have access to heaven during the 7-year tribulation. Can you imagine all the demonic activity going on in the tribulation years? Because right now, God has sealed 9/10 of the demons in the earth, and only 1/10 is out. So can you imagine a lot of problems on the earth because of it now? Can you imagine when they're all fully released? I can't imagine. It'll be literally hell on earth.
We don't want to be here on Earth when that happens, people.
No, we don't.
Want me to
Not
keep
at all.
going down, or?
Yeah, go down. And there's more information about the devil and his demons. What is Cern? And this for all you people that missed the show before. Cern is also the place the World Wide Web was first achieved. The main site is a large computer facility containing powerful data processing facilities, testing for experimental analysis because of the need to make the facilities available for researchers elsewhere. A lot of information. Cern restarts. Large Hadron Collider seeks dark universe. God created the heavens and the earth. We're not going to go through that. Just like skim through it fast. Just go down. We don't like that picture, do we?
No, but it doesn't scare me.
No. But then, then it talks about wormwood
No,
going
but
down.
wait a minute. Here, I like this right here.
Stephen Hawking, one of the world's brilliant physicists of our times, other scientists fear that the risk of operating the LHC extremely overshadow anything science might gain from this experiment.
So
Scientist
this time,
Stephen Hawking.
yeah, go on.
Stephen Hawking warned finding the God particle could destroy the world. This could mean that the universe could undergo catastrophic vacuum decay with a bubble of the true vacuum expanding at the speed of light. Go ahead.
Now the thing is with this guy Stephen Hawkins, apparently he doesn't believe in God. He doesn't believe in Christ. Doesn't believe in the Bible, and he's even saying it's dangerous. We got to keep that in mind. That is very crucial to all this. If people don't believe us,
Exactly. And star in Greek means asteroid. So when they say that a great star is falling, it says it actually means an asteroid. And of course, they talk about the 7-year tribulation, what it entails. Exactly. I don't know how Canada got hot, but it did get hot. That's in the chat room.
You want
Okay.
me to continue with this or the next one?
I don't know. Just go down fast. I mean, Cern logo 666.
I mean, this is like in brief, in like not in yeah, in brief. No, it's like it's in a nutshell. It tells you all here, but
Yeah, we're not gonna go through it. No,
see,
no,
there
we're
it
not gonna.
goes. There again.
Yeah, exactly. What you just repeated before about Stephen Hawkins.
Says it right there.
And yeah, there's videos and all kinds of stuff right there. I don't think we're gonna go. I think we're gonna go to the next one very soon. This is for all you folks that want to know in a nutshell what's going on. Are there aliens on other planets? And
Could it be that Nibiru's gonna come? I know it sounds weird, but
Planet
Nibiru's
X.
gonna come from this thing.
Well,
Could
okay.
it be?
I don't think that a planet's gonna come out of Cern, of the
I know.
collider, but it could open up a portal in the sky that could let something come up from another dimension. That's very possible.
Okay.
Geoengineering and Cern. Darkness is being unleashed on this world. Fairly new article. I mean, not too long ago, about a month ago. This is bound to be depressing for that, and I apologize. The picture you see above is one I took 2 weeks ago of the clouds above my town. What I did when I was a child, the sky never looked like this ever. That's because in the 1970s, geoengineering did not exist. Geoengineering. Today is the result of documents like Air Force paper, weather as a force multiplier, owning the weather. Owning the weather. The human race has decimated planet Earth in the blink of an eye. He is right, but I don't think the human race which has wrought so much destruction specifically. I think it's the madmen and women who worship at the altar of Shiva, of Lucifer, of the destroyers of the world. We'll get to Cern, Hadron Collider in a minute. Those among us who wield the earthly powers and worship dark forces, they're responsible mostly. I do believe. Look at those clouds right there.
Weird.
It's scary.
There's more waves and clouds than in the ocean, it looks like from this picture.
It does. Look at all those pictures. It's eerie. Spooky in a way. That's geoengineering, hard chemtrails. And we've done so, folks, about HARP in the past. The weather modification machine that controls weather and can cause earthquake, and it can even control the mind. And yeah, and chemtrails again. We have to get to the bottom of it, the bottom of this article where it talks about CERN coming up soon.
Oh, there we go.
CERN's Large Hadron Collider, the world's most complicated machine ever built in the history of mankind. Did you play a role in the construction of CERN? LHC, because I didn't, and certainly wasn't invited to any of the meetings in which the plans were laid out to see God particle, no matter what the consequences. And the consequences may be extremely dire. That's actually a vast understatement. The consequences may be the destruction of humanity, the earth itself, or worse. Stephen Hawkins is worried. Why are certain scientists moving forward with reckless abandon? Hawkins is famously quoted as saying, finding the God particle could destroy the universe. And we said before, they can go through a vacuum of 100 billion giga electronic volts. That sounds pretty bad. So what are the scientists at CERN and the money power behind them really looking for? And there's a great video right there, a good video, chock full of information as we go down. Yeah, exactly. And it does talk about Shiva again. We don't want to get into it, but the great architect Shiva, they call her. And there's people right there in the picture. Unveiled. These are people that got the statue. The LHC may well be a modern-day equivalent of the Tower of Babel. And for those unfamiliar with the story, it didn't end well with the hubris-filled men who sought to touch the face of God then, and it's unlikely to end well now. And yeah, and it just talks about the Hadron Collider, what it is. It's been for decades, and I've been building it, trying to reach the head, not reach the head, but how can I say? They're trying to open up dimensions.
Wow, Evans dimensions is almost the same thing, eh? They're up to no good. That's what they're up to.
Exactly, because what's the Bible does say, not what was once created will be created again. Nothing's new under the sun. So I do think that this might be a modern version of the Tower of Babel. What's coming now?
Let me know if you want me to sweep on next.
Yeah, next, because this goes on about, you know, people can see this. It'll be up later on. But
I mean, we don't want to get too much into
it.
Yeah, because we don't want people to think that, you know, we just want people to know what we know, what's out there.
Large Hadron Collider could be world's first time machine. You hear it, folks? This could be the time machine, the first time machine. In the latest theory of Tom Weller and Chu Mang, who is right, the Large Hadron Collider, the world's largest atom smasher that started regulation operation last year, could be the world's first capable of causing matter to travel backwards in time. Our theory is long shot, admits Weller, who is a physicist professor at Vanderbilt University, but it doesn't violate any laws of physics or experimental constraints. One of the major goals of the collider is to find the elusive Higgs boson. They found it already. The particle that physicists invoke to explain why particles like protons, neutrons, electrons have mass. If the collider succeeds in producing the Higgs boson, some scientists predict that it will create a second particle called the Higgs sniglet at the same time. You ever heard of the sniglet, Mario?
No, I never did. I don't know what that is. I don't know if it's even relevant or it's important at this point in time.
It is. It very is. According to Weller's and Host theory, these sniglets should have the ability to jump into an extra fifth dimension where they can either move forward or backward in time and reappear in the future or past. One of the attractiveness things about the approach of time travel is that it avoids all the Weller said, because time travel is limited to these special particles, it is not possible for man to travel back in time and murder one of his parents before he himself is born, for example. However, if scientists could control the products of Higgs sniglets, they might be able to send messages to the past or future.
So it's like a message in the bottle.
Message in a bottle, yeah. Unsticking the brain, sorry. The test of the research theory will be whether the physicists monitoring the collider begins to see Higgs sniglet particles and their decay products spontaneously appearing. Weller and Hole's theory is based on M theory of everything. The subatomic particles that requires 10 or 11 dimensions instead of our familiar 4. That's what they're trying to do right now, is to get the Higgs sniglet and able to go into another dimension up to the 10th or 11th dimension.
We're not making this up. We're not making this up.
No, the New World Order is trying to do this, and God does not want us to go into these dimensions, and there are reasons.
And there's a Pope also behind all of this, don't forget.
Yeah, right there. Weller begins looking at time travel 6 years ago to explain anomalies that have been observed in several experiments with neutrinos. Neutrinos are nicknamed ghost particles because they react so rarely. Oh, you moved it, I can't see.
No, it's right here.
Because they interact only with gravitational force. As a result, stereo neutrinos are another particle that is not attached to the brain, and so should be capable of traveling to extra dimensions. So you heard it here, folks, about this. That if this particle that they discover can move to past, present, and future. Uh, it's something else that they're trying. It's something that what they're trying to do. But this is only theory right now. But they're working on it right now, and I'm sure that Cern is deeply looking in researching into this.
Now here goes back to Hollywood. Where's Hollywood in all this? Well, the Da Vinci Code. Remember that? It was based on all this. People forget.
Yeah, it was.
And then don't forget. Also the other thing that was involved with this was Avengers.
Oh yes, the Avengers movie. For people
The
that
first one. The first one.
And the second one does talk about there's like a thing for 9/11 there. There's something gets destroyed that looks like 9/11. Okay, here's Infowars.com. Alex Jones,
Even
good
he's
buddy.
Even he's into this stuff.
Scientists at Large Hadron Collider hope to make contact with parallel universes in days. This article we did read before, I do believe, but it's just to show you guys that even Infowars is getting into this. Yeah, it's the same article as before. We're not going to read it, but we just want to show you folks that Infowars, Alex Jones for you, Alex Jones folks, that he's into it also. It's just not us. What do you think?
Yes, I totally agree. Totally agree. He's into it also. There, I'll show it again. There we go, so people can see it, because people want to see it.
Oh yeah, they do.
It's creeping up. Oh no, it's the last one coming up. Back to our, I mean, we would just show it because we spoke about it quite a bit, right? Quite a bit.
We did. Yeah, exactly. I mean, time flies when we're having fun here, doesn't it? Finding the God particle could destroy the universe, warned Stephen Hopkins. The Higgs boson God particle could destroy the universe, Hawkins says. Space and time could suddenly collapse, and we would not see it coming. If scientists put too much energy in the Higgs boson, the universe could end. Disaster very unlikely, as physicists do not have large enough collider. The elusive God particle discovered by scientists in 2012 has the potential to destroy the world, the universe. Professor Stephen Hawking has warned. At very high levels, the Higgs boson could cause space and time suddenly collapse, and we wouldn't see it coming. The former Cambridge professor of mathematics says the God particle would give shape and size to everything that exists, could cause a catastrophic vacuum delay if scientists were put under extreme stress.
And there we see.
Exactly. There he is there. One of the world. It's too bad that he's ill like this, but he's one of the smartest men in the world. And it talks about the God particle. And we just read what it says before. And even he is scared. An atheist. He is scared of this happening. He's warning that if they open up the Large Hadron Collider, they could. If they do this, they're opening up a Pandora's box, a world of trouble. We know the story of Pandora's box, do we not?
Yeah, we do. I guess that's it.
Yeah, that's it. For sure.
Let me go back to Chitango.
Exactly.
All right, so
somebody put in the Chitango right there. Infowars is run by Alex Jones personally. He is into science of Cern. He thinks it's a good thing. Doesn't know about the Portal, Shiva, and parallel universe things. Maybe he does. Maybe he doesn't know.
Or maybe he'll watch the MnRTV Live Show and find out for himself and see what we uncovered and discovered.
Exactly. I agree with you.
It's like the movie Jurassic Park. There was one part which they're making a second part to Jurassic Park. Okay, they're actually there was one part I liked in Jurassic Park was when he said God created dinosaurs. Dinosaurs killed. No, wait. How did it go? God created dinosaurs. God destroys dinosaurs. Man creates dinosaurs. Dinosaurs destroy man. So that's what's happening here with Cern. That is, in a nutshell. Don't play with it. Leave it alone.
But they
It's not
won't.
our time. That's
But they
my
won't leave it alone because the Illuminati want to see. They want to get into contact with what's out there in another dimension, and that's going to be Satan's trick. Oh yeah, you want to see? Okay, just do this. Just open up this way. Open up. Don't worry. And then the next thing you know, they're all going to come down and they're going to turn against the Illuminati. They're going to turn against them, and they're going to go straight to the abyss. All of them.
Well, no, but first they're going to come out of the abyss, and they're not going to attack any man. I mean, sorry, they're going to attack man, but no grass. They're not going to attack anything but man. They're going to come and get us men, the one that are not under the protection of God, the seal of God. But now we're getting biblical. Read the Bible. That's what I tell everybody. I know that turns people off when we say read the Bible, but read it. It's there. Got to keep reading it. There's new messages that come all the time, every time you read it. That's how I see it. Yes, Robert.
I wasn't going to say anything. Any final comments on this show? We hope you guys have enjoyed it because it was a marvelous show, wasn't it?
Yes, I enjoyed it.
So next week, join us for next week for another show. We want to thank you guys for coming on the show, and next week we're gonna have another special show, won't we?
Yes, it'll be a surprise.
Be a surprise next week, that's for sure, and that's what MnRTV Live Show is all about. Big surprises and everything, and we do hope that you did enjoy the show, guys. We want to thank all of you for coming on. We love you guys, and I guess we'll see you guys next week on the MnRTV Live Show. Any final thoughts, Mario?
No, that's it. We'll be back next week if God willing, and He will want us back. So we'll be back next week. So keep watching.
As long as we're not swallowed, as long as we're not swallowed up by black. Anyhow, that's it. We're out of here. See you guys next week, and good night, and take care.
All right. Thank you. Have a good night. Bye, people.